39-13-305 against the peace and dignity of the state of Tennessee, signed by the District Attorney General Steve Hoyle. Indictment number 2203799, State of Tennessee versus Brandon Isabelle. A true bill signed by the foreperson of the grand jury on September 13th of 2022.
Ms. Fuchs, Mr. Massey, how does your defendant wish to plead to each count in the indictment?
Your Honor, as to the charges listed in the indictment, Mr. Isabelle pleads not guilty.
Thank you. Does the state wish to make an opening statement?
We do, Your Honor.
Go ahead, please.
It was the morning of February 2nd, 2022. Cold, bleak. Mud Island, where the Wolf River meets the Mississippi, was colorless. Shades of gray and brown, except for a small baby cat, so out of place, lying on the riverbank, the only indication of what the defendant, Brandon Isabelle, did mere hours earlier. Danielle Hoyle was 27 years old, and she worked at FedEx. That's where she met the defendant, a meeting that would change the course of her life and so many others forever. They had a brief sexual relationship, and Danielle got pregnant with Kennedy. The defendant then started dating another woman, Artisha Stewart. She also worked at FedEx. To the defendant, she was the perfect woman. He wanted to be with Artisha, and he'd do anything to keep her. Late the night of January 30th of 2022, the defendant received word that Danielle was in labor at Regional 1. He went to the hospital, and during those late night hours and early morning hours, he was texting Artisha. Their relationship had been on the rocks for a while. Artisha didn't want to deal with another child or another baby mama in the mix. And so they were going back and forth. Artisha was talking about ending things, breaking up, and the defendant was trying to convince her to stick with the relationship. In the midst of these text messages, in the wee hours of January 31st, 2022, baby Kennedy Caitlin Hoyle, was born. Later that morning, the defendant met up with Artisha at Mud Island by the river to talk about the relationship, and nothing was resolved. Fast forward to February 1st of 2022. Danielle's released from the hospital with her precious newborn daughter, Kennedy. She takes the baby home to meet her family, and her mother, April Campbell, gets to spend one precious hour with Kennedy. She didn't know that that was the only time she would get to spend with her granddaughter, and the last time that she would see her daughter Danielle alive. Danielle left that night in her Chevy Cruze. She had Kennedy in her car seat in the back seat, and she was going to meet the defendant. He said that he had baby clothes for her, and so they met at a Matco on Brooks and Elvis Presley. Somehow, the defendant convinced Danielle to drive down Sedgwick Road where it meets Levi, a desolate, deserted, dark road. Danielle pulled to the side of the road, parked the wrong way. The defendant exited his vehicle, opened the passenger door, and fired 5 shots into Danielle's car, striking her in the face and the head. He dragged her body from the car, leaving her face down in a ditch, so dark that all that could be seen were Danielle's bright pink shoes. He took Kennedy in her car seat from Danielle's car, put her in his Chevy Malibu, and drove away from the scene, leaving Danielle face down, blood gushing from her head in the muddy rainwater. For a while, the defendant drove around with little Kennedy. He eventually made his way back to 8072 Lathbury in Cordova, which is where he lived with his parents. He went inside the house, changed clothes, put his Adidas slides in the trunk of his car, and got back in the Chevy Malibu. Kennedy was still in the car, not even 2 days old. He had one more problem to take care of. He drove to Mud Island. Real-time crime center cameras show his car going up and down Island Drive until he finally stops at the old boat ramp where the mouth of the Wolf River and the Mississippi meet. He took Kennedy from her car seat, grabbed her by the leg, and threw her into the cold, dark water, not realizing that her little baby cap had fallen from her head and lay resting on the riverbank. He got back into his car, and during this night, he's still texting with Artisha. And his phone, the GPS is on, and it's tracking everywhere he goes. A silent witness to a murderous night. He continues on to Walgreens, where he buys gifts for Artisha. He sits in the parking lot, and he texts Danielle, asking about the baby, knowing that she'll never answer. Cover his tracks. Meanwhile, Officer Cody Sutton with the Memphis Police Department is on routine patrol. He's out of the Rains precinct, patrolling South Memphis, and he drives down Sedgwick Road. He knows the area. It's an area that commonly stolen cars are left. And so when he pulls up, he doesn't think anything of it. He sees a Chevy Cruze parked on the wrong side of the road. It looks like it has a shattered window, so he runs the tag. It's dark and raining, and the tag comes back to Danielle Hoyle. So he sends officers to Danielle's home, thinking they're investigating a stolen vehicle. When they arrive, Danielle's not there. They encounter her mother, April Campbell. April informs the officers that Danielle left earlier that night to see her baby's father, that she had a newborn with her, and they hadn't heard from her and didn't know where she was. Meanwhile, Officer Sutton is still on the scene at Sedgwick. He gets out of his vehicle to take a closer look, and he finds the gruesome discovery of Danielle's body. Now, at this point, the Memphis Police Department is starting to realize the gravity of missing Kennedy. Officer Sutton looked around. He found no baby. He found no car seat. Just a bag, a baby bag, with the name Kennedy in the Chevy Cruze to show that she was ever there. A city watch goes out. While this is starting to happen, the defendant has another stop to make. He drives to Walmart on Elvis Presley. He then pulls to the back of the Walmart and drops Kennedy's car seat next to a locked dumpster. And that car seat is later found by a Good Samaritan and Officer Robert Blake. He's still texting with Artisha. She finally relents and says he can come over. He beats her home to 5061 Stacy Road. She pulls up in her Kia Soul, and she can't even make it in her door before the defendant is jumping into her car, telling her that they need to leave. Danielle's family is out looking for him. They want to know where Danielle and the baby are. So Artisha drives him back to 8072 Lackberry in Cordova. That's where the defendant and Artisha Stewart are detained by the Memphis Police Department. Sergeants Wimbush and Boyd with homicide began to question the defendant. And through that questioning, it becomes apparent that they need to go to Mud Island. And so a frantic search begins for baby Kennedy on Mud Island. The Braden dive team with divers Hunter Winfrey and Kyle Borland, the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency with Agent Andy Tweedy, numerous MPD officers on the ground, air support, a helicopter, a drone, looking for baby Kennedy. But they didn't find her. All they found was that baby cat on the riverbank. As Sergeant Boyd and Wimbush continued to speak with the defendant, more information came to light. Sergeant Fowler and Officer Cole went to 5061 Stacy Road, Artisha Stewart's home. That's where the defendant had left his car, the white Chevy Malibu. They searched the car, and in the trunk of the vehicle, they found the Adidas slides that the defendant was wearing. Officer Carlisle took the clothing that the defendant was in when he was taken into custody. And he noticed that the defendant was wearing a pair of white socks with what looked to be blood on them. Officer Carlisle, the crime scene, processed both the Adidas slides and those white socks and used a presumptive test, which indicated blood. Those two items were then sent to the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation for DNA testing. Agent Stephen Walzak did the testing on those items and determined that the blood on the socks and the Adidas slides belonged to Danielle Hoyle. Ladies and gentlemen, once you've heard all the proof in this case, the witness accounts, the DNA, the video, once you have heard all the evidence, the state will ask that you find the defendant guilty of each and every count of the indictment.
Does the defense wish to make an opening statement?
Yes, Your Honor. Come back to center with me first. We talked in board about how the state made the allegations, and they have. They did it through an indictment, and they did it through their opening statement. Now, it's up to them. The burden is on them to prove these allegations. To prove these allegations beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, we also talked about how you can't know for sure if truth is being told to you. And that's understandable. Truth rings like a bell on a clear day. Truth does not lend itself to interpretations. Different scenarios, different interpretations. Beyond a reasonable doubt is like the same thing. If there are two reasonable, supported by the evidence interpretations, at the end of this proof, and both are reasonable, the verdict must be not guilty. Asking to hold the state to that burden of proof. Thank you.
State, you may call your first witness.
State calls Officer Cody Sutton.
Officer Sutton, come forward. Watch your step. Stand right here, face your arm, raise your right hand.
Good afternoon. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Please have a seat, watch your step, and I'll need you to speak up for the benefit of Madam Court Reporter.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Would you please state and spell your name for the jury?
It is Cody Sutton, CODY SUTTON,
And where are you employed?
at Germantown Police Department.
How long have you been at Germantown?
A little over a year
Where were you before then?
at Memphis Police Department.
And how long were you with MPD?
5 years.
And is that where you were employed back in February of 2022?
Yes.
Now, back in February of 2022, where were you assigned?
At Rain Station.
And what shift were you working?
It was Delta shift at that time.
And what does that mean?
It's 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. It's the hours that we worked.
And what area does Rain Station cover?
Whitehaven and Westwood.
Is that South Memphis?
Yes.
Now, were you familiar with the area of Levi and Sedgwick?
Yes.
Is that located in Memphis, Shelby County, Tennessee?
Yes.
What are the nearest larger streets?
You got Rains. It's been so long since I've been over. There's Rains. I think Brooks is one of the other closer ones.
All right.
Like, the court has witness keep his voice up a little bit, I'm having trouble here.
Please approach.
She can speak.
If I can get you to approach, we can address this. I'm sorry, pardon me, sir. For the purposes of the record, I'm going to ask this witness to speak up for the benefit of counsel and as well as those who are joining us. If you, sir, could possibly raise your voice and maybe speak to that officer at the back door,
Yes, ma'am.
and that may help us all, okay? Thank you. I'm sorry, I apologize for the intrusion.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, Officer Sutton, can you describe the area of Levi and Sedgwick?
The area of Levi and Sedgwick is it's a back 2-lane road. There's no street lights. It's very dark back there. No houses or anything like that.
And when you would patrol that area, was that specific area known to you for a reason?
Yes, ma'am. Very frequently we would find abandoned, stolen cars on that back street.
Now, on the night of February 1st of 2022, were you patrolling in that area?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you arrive on Levi and Sedgwick around 11:15 p.m.?
Objection to meeting.
It doesn't suggest an answer, Judge. You can answer yes or no.
Overruled, I'll allow it.
Yes.
And what were the conditions that night?
It was cold. It was raining that night.
Did you see anything that drew your attention?
Yes, there was what appeared to be an abandoned vehicle on the side of the road.
Was it parked on the correct side of the road? Was it facing?
No, it's not.
Okay. Can you describe how it was parked?
It was parked on the left-hand side of the road facing the wrong direction.
I'm gonna hand you a photograph and see if you recognize it.
Yes,
And what is that a photograph of?
that is a photograph of the vehicle that I found on the street.
And is that how it appeared to you that night?
Yes,
All right, I would ask that that be the state's first exhibit, Exhibit 1.
There be no objection? Thank you. And it has not been pre-marked?
It is not, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor, may I have permission to publish?
Go ahead, please.
Okay, so Officer Sutton, just to be clear, what are we saying right there?
that is the vehicle that I located, Levi and Sedgwick, parked on the road facing the wrong direction.
All right. So when you saw that vehicle, what was going through your mind at that point?
I thought it was either someone had left it there, parked it there, broken down, or it might be stolen.
And what did you do?
I had officers go to the registered owner's address to see if they knew the whereabouts of their vehicle and waited for them to get back with me with that information.
And do you recall the name of the registered owner?
Off the top of my head, no.
And once officers went to that location, did you remain on the scene at Levi and Sedgwick?
Yes,
And did you receive information from those officers?
I did.
And what information did you receive?
They told me that,
Objection to hearsay.
Judge, it's not being offered for the truth of the matter asserted, but to explain what the officer, the next actions that he took as a result of that information.
Your response?
Yeah, then he can reply to what he did next. We don't need to provide the information that he was given through hearsay statements.
Sustain the objection?
Officer Sutton, once you received that information, what did you do?
I got out and checked the vehicle, and that's when I noticed there was blood on the driver's side door.
And did you continue to investigate?
Yes, ma'am.
And what did you find?
I found the victim's body in the ditch next to the vehicle.
Did you also look for a baby?
Yes,
Did you locate a baby?
no,
And did you take that step because of information you received?
yes.
Now, when you initially arrived on Levi and Sedgwick and saw the vehicle, did you have body cam on at that time?
Not at first, no.
Once you discovered the body, did you then turn your body cam on?
Yes.
I'm gonna hand you a flash drive and see if you recognize it.
Yes.
Is that a clip from your body cam from that night?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you have the opportunity to review that?
Yes.
And are those your initials on the flash drive?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'd ask that that be the next exhibit, Exhibit 2.
Hearing no objection. And I now have the initial envelope state B. Brandon Isabelle, 22799 BC 7, and one initial red USB marked as Exhibit 2.
Your Honor, may I have permission to publish?
Go ahead, please.
Okay, so Officer Sutton, what are we seeing here?
That is a vehicle parked on the road. It's raining, it's dark.
And at this point in time, have you called for additional officers?
Yes,
And did you also call for paramedics?
yes,
Is that protocol in a situation like this?
yes.
Now, it looks like there are some lights. Where are those lights come from?
It looks like from the other vehicles that are on the scene.
Are there any street lights on Levi and Sedgwick?
No.
And does this clip just continue to show the scene as you were there?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to hand you some photographs and see if you recognize them. If you would just look at that first photograph, do you recognize that photograph?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is that a photograph of?
The victim vehicle.
And ask that that be the next exhibit.
No objection.
State's exhibit number 3.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And the next photograph.
Also the vehicle.
And can you describe which portion of the vehicle we're seeing?
This is looks like the passenger side of the vehicle.
Or that ask that that be the next state's exhibit, exhibit 4.
Hearing no objection, mark it as exhibit 4, passenger view.
And Your Honor, we did review these before the witness began.
Thank you.
And the next photograph.
Also the passenger side. So we have a close up of the front end of the vehicle, the front half of the vehicle.
Ask that that be exhibit 5. And the next photograph.
The driver's side of the vehicle, the broken front driver's side window.
I'd ask that that be exhibit 6. And the last photograph.
It's going to be the interior of the front driver's seat, broken glass, blood on the seat.
I'd ask that that be exhibit 7. May I have permission to publish, Your Honor?
Go ahead, please.
So Officer Sutton, right here, what are we seeing?
That is the victim's vehicle parked on the left-hand side of the road.
And that was, for the record, exhibit 3. Now we're looking at exhibit 4. What are we seeing?
The passenger side of the vehicle.
And does it appear that there's something hanging out of the passenger side?
Yes.
And that is exhibit 4. Exhibit 5. What are we seeing here?
Also the passenger side of the vehicle, the front half of it.
Was there anything about this side of the vehicle?
Not that I remember.
And exhibit 6. we saying here?
That is the driver's side of the vehicle, broken window.
And exhibit 7, what is this?
The inside of the front driver's seat, broken glass, and blood on the seat.
I'm gonna hand you another flash drive and see if you recognize it.
Yes.
Is that another clip from body cam from the scene?
Yes.
And are you actually visible in that clip?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'd ask that that be exhibit 8.
Another tiny envelope, body worn camera clip 2, with a blue USB with CS on the back.
Your Honor, may I have permission to publish? Go ahead, please. Okay, Officer Sutton, what are we?
It's the vehicle, the victim's body.
And are you actually in this video? Let me rewind a little bit.
Yes.
Is that you that we see approaching?
Yes.
All right. Now, at this point, other officers are arriving, is that correct?
Yes.
And who begins to work the scene? How is that assigned?
First we contact our supervisor, they contact felony response. When they come out, they're the ones that take over the scene from that point.
And can you explain to the jury what felony response is?
Felony response is our bureau. They would come out on any felony cases that we had they pretty much took over the scene that way.
Are they the after hours people?
Yeah.
Okay. And then at some point, did homicide make a scene?
Yes.
And was crime scene also out there?
Yes.
So is it fair to say there were several bureaus out there working the scene?
Yes.
And I hand you 2 more photographs. Do you recognize that first photograph?
Yes.
And what is that a picture of? And that looked when you discovered the body.
Yes.
Your Honor, I'd ask that that be the next exhibit, exhibit 9. And Officer Sutton, the next photograph, do you recognize that photograph?
Yes.
And what is that a picture of?
It's a picture of the vehicle with the body in the ditch next to it.
Your Honor, I'd ask that that would be the state's exhibit number 10. May I have permission to publish, Your Honor?
Go ahead, please.
Okay, what are we seeing in this photograph?
That is the victim's body lying in the ditch next to the vehicle.
And that was exhibit 9. Exhibit 10. What are we seeing in this photograph?
It's a wider view of the victim's body next to the vehicle.
And at that point in time, has anybody moved the body?
No.
The light that we're seeing, where is that coming from?
The vehicles that are on the scene, flashlights.
When you initially pulled up on that vehicle, were you able to see a body?
No.
Now, looking back that evening, did you hear something earlier coming from that area?
I heard gunshots that could possibly have come from that area.
And did you end up remaining at Levi Sedgwick that night while the investigation was going forward?
Yes.
Pass this.
Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Officer Sutton, this was a very dark area, right?
Yes.
Heavily wooded,
Yes.
a 2-lane road. You indicated that people often would abandon stolen cars.
Right.
Is that area in general a somewhat high crime area?
Yes.
And there were actually several different types of shell casings out on that street,
Correct.
right in the area where this happened.
Mhm.
And there are no cameras recording what's going on that part of the street.
No, ma'am.
And the casings that were found, they were of multiple calibers.
Right.
And when you first happened upon the scene, that was the only vehicle there,
Yes.
and Ms. Hoyle was the only person there.
Yes.
Do you recall how many different types of calibers were on the scene?
I don't.
Do you recall it being multiple
Yes.
calibers? And do you recall it being multiple casings?
Yes.
Do you recall at least one of them being a 40 caliber?
I don't recall.
And you had indicated that earlier you had possibly heard gunshots.
Yes.
That was not what drew you to the area, though, right?
No.
And when you arrived on the scene, you did not know how long the car had been there.
No.
You did not know how long Ms. Hoyle had been there.
No.
You didn't actually see any of these events unfold.
No.
You don't know what was happening at the time the events unfolded.
No.
And just for clarity, you had said 23:14 on the time for non-military time speak. That'd be 11:14 p.m., right?
Correct.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
Any redirect from the state?
Just briefly. Officer Sutton, you said that this was a high crime area, is that right?
Yes.
The street signs that we see on Levi and Sedgwick, is there anything out of the ordinary about those?
There were multiple bullet holes in many of the street signs in that area.
That's all I have, thank you.
May I follow up briefly, please? Is this an area where it is uncommon to hear bullet or gunshot?
No.
Is that something that you often hear even in these more secluded areas?
Yes.
Do you drive down Levi and Sedgwick often?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you hear gunfire frequently when you were driving along Levi and Sedgwick?
Usually when I was driving on Levi and Sedgwick, no.
Okay, but in that area?
Yeah.
Okay, you heard gunshots frequently in that area.
Yes.
That's all I have.
Thank you. You may step down. Please call your next witness.
State calls Deshaun Cole.
Mr. Cole, come forward. Watch Watch your step. Stand on your face, trying to raise your right hand.
Pardon me, sir.
No problem.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please watch your step. Have a seat and speak up for the benefit of Madam Court Reporter. Thank you.
Would you please state and spell your name for the jury?
Sean Cole, Vincent Victor, ISHAWN. Last name is Cole, C-O-L-E.
And where are you employed?
Memphis Fire Department,
How long have you been with the Memphis Fire Department?
17 years.
And what is your position there?
Lieutenant / paramedic.
And did you make a scene at Levi and Sedgwick on February 1st, 2022 into February 2nd of 2022?
Yes, I did.
And do you recall, what were you responding to?
If I'm correct, it was a party down.
Now, when you arrived at that location, were police already on the scene?
Yes.
Can you describe the conditions?
It was raining. All you see is police lights, and it was cold at night.
Was it a well-lit area?
No, ma'am.
And describe what you found when you arrived.
Hey, we were told to go and there's a young lady laying in the ditch. We got to assess her.
I'm gonna hand you a USB drive and see if you recognize it.
Yes, I do.
And is that video from the scene?
Yes.
And are you actually in that video?
Yes, I am.
And you had a chance to review it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'd ask that this be the next state's exhibit, Exhibit 11.
Okay, we got here a big clip with initials of DC, another tiny envelope, state versus Brandon Isabelle. Thank you.
I have permission. Go ahead, please. So what is happening?
We're assessing the patient to see if the patient is alive or not.
And was there anything that you were able to do for the patient at that point?
So, ma'am,
What did you specifically do?
we assessed her, checked her, to see if she was breathing anything, and put some electrodes on to see if she had any heart activity.
And is that a machine that you have?
Yes.
And what did you determine?
But she was not alive.
Is she being hooked up with the electrodes at this point? Is that what's happening?
Who would take them off?
And what was that 1206? What was going on there?
The time of death, we call her. The children out here.
And were you the one that actually pronounced death?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what has been entered as Exhibit 9. Do you recognize this photograph?
Yes,
Is that the patient that you went out to assess?
yes, ma'am.
And we're seeing a little bit of blue here, looks like on the torso and maybe on the arms.
Yes.
What are those?
Those are cardiac electrodes.
So you as paramedics to assess her, put the electrodes on her?
Yes.
I'll pass the witness.
Go ahead, please.
When you say the time of death was declared at 12:06 a.m., that's the time it was declared, not the actual time of death, right?
Correct, from us.
That's all I have.
Any redirect?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. You may sit down. Please call your next witness.
State calls Mario Foster.
Mr. Foster, come forward. Watch your step. And right here, face down, raise your right hand.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Please watch your step and speak up for the benefit of Madam Clerk. Go ahead, please.
Could you please state and spell your name for the jury?
Mario Foster, Mario Foster,
And where are you employed?
Memphis Fire Department.
And what do you do for MFD?
I'm a driver / advanced EMT.
Now, did you respond to a call in late night, February 1st of 2022 to the early morning of February 2nd, 2022?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was the station you were assigned to at that time?
Station 39 on Elvis Presley and Range Road.
And did you go to a call in the area of Levi and Sedgwick?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you also with paramedic Deshaun Cole?
Yes, ma'am.
What was the scene when you got there?
We pulled up, police were on scene, dark back road, it was raining, cold that night.
Now, were you the one that was actually assessing the patient?
No, ma'am.
Did you look inside the vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
And why did you do that?
Being that we didn't have an ID on the patient, I was looking for mail, ID, purse, wallet, anything to identify the patient.
I'm gonna hand you a photograph and see if you recognize it.
Yes, ma'am.
What is that a photograph of?
Back seat, diaper bag. Of course, someone baby had to be in the back seat of the
Objection,
car.
speculation.
Give me a second, please. There's been an objection made. Would you like to respond?
Your Honor, we'll move past that.
Thank you.
Judge, we would ask that picture be Exhibit 12. Your Honor, may I have permission to publish?
Go ahead, please.
So you looked inside the vehicle to see if you could identify who the patient was, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And this was the vehicle that you looked into?
Yes, ma'am.
And what are we seeing right here?
Diaper bag, back seat, in the back seat of the car.
And was there a name on the diaper bag?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was the name?
Kennedy.
Now, when you were on the scene, did you see a baby?
No, ma'am.
Now, later that morning, did you end up at Rains Precinct?
Yes, ma'am.
And what were you doing there?
So we received a call unrelated to this call. If I remember correctly, it was an altercation between two people, and they called us to assess those patients.
And what happened when you went into Rain's precinct?
So as we were assessing those patients, we saw a lady walk in, and who we later found out was the mom of the young lady who we had just left. And a few moments after she walked in, we just heard a lot of yelling and screaming from her and the family members that she walked in with.
And did you stand by in case any medical needs presented themselves?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was the demeanor of that woman?
At the time, she just walked in, just normal. And again, like I said, after she found out, the news, she just broke down, started crying and screaming.
I'll pass the witness.
Go ahead, please.
No questions, Your Honor?
Thank you, sir. You may step down. Please. Pardon me, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be right with you. Please come forward. Thank you. Are we ready with the jury? Does the state have time to speak with your victim witness coordinator?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, she is,
And she addressed those two issues?
yes.
Thank you. Turn around. It's KDL. KDL. Just a second. Just a second. Court's gonna be in a very brief recess.
Court stands in recess.
Sorry about that, I'm back.
Still here in the courtroom?
So you can enter from there. Yeah, you can enter from that side, so you don't have to crawl over your fellow jurors. We're not here to make it any more complicated than it has to be, okay? So keep that in mind, all of you. You can go in either side. State of Tennessee, please call your next witness.
Thank you, Judge. The State Trial Sergeant Jeremy Klein.
Sergeant Klein, come forward. Watch your step. Stand right here, face your honor, raise your right hand.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I swear.
Have a seat, watch your step. Sergeant Klein, speak up for me.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. If you could, state your name and spell it for the jury and court.
Sergeant Jeremy Klein, Jeramy, last name Cline.
All right, I see you're carrying a gun. Where do you work?
I work for Memphis Police Department in the Homicide Bureau.
Were you assigned to homicide back on February 2nd of 2022?
I was.
And do you recall homicide involving Danielle Hoyle and Kennedy?
That's correct.
Did you get assigned some tasks on that particular case?
Yeah, my original task was to meet with April Hoyle at their house and kind of get as much information I can about Danielle's movements. However, when I arrived there, she wasn't there. She had changed locations over to Rain Station Precinct, and that's where I ended up meeting with April Hoyle.
And did you have to deliver the news to her or deliver some bad news to her?
I did. I basically told her that we found her daughter's vehicle and that we had found a female that had been killed outside the vehicle. At that moment, we didn't know if it was Danielle or not, just because the person, the identity hadn't been known to us. But I did inform Miss April that we were investigating a homicide.
Did you also look into an Apple Watch?
I did. At some point in time, we did return back over to April's house where Danielle's Apple Watch was at. April was able to give me the Apple Watch and give me the passcode to the Apple Watch. So we brought it back to the precinct and started going through some of the past messages that was inside the watch.
And you were looking for things relevant to potential homicide or disappearance of a child?
That's correct.
Were you able to find some things that were relevant or a text that was relevant?
I did. I found a text that came in on February the 1st from a contact that was listed by Brandon. In that text, they were talking about the child, Kennedy, what it seemed like. And Brandon's basically saying that he needed to be a father to his own child and was asking for the Kennedy to be aborted. And this was like a screenshot of a message that she had.
want to pass forward some photographs for the record. This defense has viewed those, and those are kind of in order. You recognize the photograph?
I do.
What do you recognize those to be?
This is a photograph of the Apple Watch that I looked through.
And there's 3 of them, because we had to take 3 to get the whole message. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Your Honor, if we could have this marked as the next exhibit, as a collective.
Collective exhibit number 13. And this is 3 photos.
Yeah, if we could
Go ahead, please.
post those. I'll put the first one up so I can climb. Make that, also zoom in on that a little bit. If you could read this for me.
It says, I can't be a father to the kid right now, Danielle, and I don't want to put you through that. I have to be a father to my first child. I haven't been doing that. I don't want you to go through what you're going through with Raya Dad not being around twice. You deserve better than what I've been doing to you. If you love me like you say you do, then let's end this mistake, Danielle. Let's talk to these doctors tomorrow, and let's both hear them and have them understand where we're coming from. I gotta sit, and yeah.
Go to the next one here. We can zoom in on that. I think you stopped it. I gotta sit.
Yeah, I'm looking for it now. Thank you. I gotta sit back and find myself with no distractions, like for real. I gotta find me.
Third, if we can just go to the third one, I think it has. There we go.
Yeah, and it says, Brandon, bye, just stop texting me and go about your business. I don't need you and talking to them. They still not gonna do it. I'm going on 5 months now.
All right. And Sergeant Klein said the only things that you could find that were relevant within the Apple Watch.
Yes, sir.
Did you consider or think about trying to, download or dump the entirety of the watch?
At the time, Memphis Police Department did not possess the technology to be able to extract the messages from the watch the way we had, and I don't think we were in possession of Danielle's phone.
All right. And is that everything that you did with respect to this case?
Yes, sir.
Okay. No further questions, Judge.
Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr. Klein. What was the date on that text of the watch?
So it was a snapshot when it was retransmitted. I'm not sure to who or from, but when it was retransmitted, the date of the transmission was February 1st, 2022.
That wasn't the date that it originated, was it?
That I won't know when it actually originated.
Let me, I'm confused. The 2/1/22,
Mhm.
was that on the watch?
That was the day that the transmission of that snapshot was sent. So basically, the way it works is this was a screenshot of a text message between Brandon and who I'm assuming would be Danielle. From that text message, it was retransmitted to whom, I don't know, but it's retransmitted on the 1st, showing that mark, that conversation.
So we wouldn't know when that first text message came in. You don't have any evidence of when that first text message.
Reading the text message, I would imagine about 5 months along. Danielle was pregnant about 5 months along.
That would be your correct milestone, wouldn't it?
Correct.
Okay, that's it. And also, you were involved with Artisha as well, Artisha Stewart.
I don't recall. I might have been, but I don't recall.
Did you help with the interrogation of Artisha Stewart?
At this time, if I did, I took notes. I don't have those notes in front of me, and I do not recall.
The case coordinator here, that wasn't you, was it?
That was not me.
That was Jacoba Boyd.
That's correct.
And would you tell the jury, please, what a case coordinator is? What they
Bas-
do?
basically case coordinator, or what we also refer to as lead investigator. He is the person who's in charge to make sure certain tasks are done within the case. He will assign people to do things for the case, or he himself has to ensure that they get done, such as search warrants, supplements, basically keeping the notes of the case and to make sure that it is moving forward and that we're progressing to maybe charging the suspect in the crime.
So he's kind of up here and the people he's giving things to do are down below him and he's giving them tasks.
Well, yes, sir. In a sense, yes, sir.
And those people that he gives tasks oftentimes write reports and send them to him.
That is correct.
And he makes decisions based on that.
Correct.
No other questions, thank you, sir.
Any redirect from the state?
There you go.
Thank you, sir. You may step down. That's all that you have for today?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our business for today. You have plans, and I have to get you out of here. Again, you are not to discuss anything you think you may know. I can assure you you don't. You are not to do any independent research. You may talk freely about anything else except what has happened here today with anyone at any time until I give you instructions to do so. Are we all clear? I'll see you in the morning. Get some rest. Don't overdo it tonight with the food and the snacks. Leave your notebooks here. We'll take care of it.
Excuse me, the notebooks in the chair, watch your step, you step down.
Have a great night. Get some rest. Thank you. And y'all still didn't go out on the other side. It's fine. It's fine.
Upset his
Follow
routine.
right here.
I'm giving you options. Good night.
He's making sure everybody's okay.
He's our team leader. All right, so it is now 3:31. We will adjourn here shortly. What time do you want to pick up in the morning? What time do you have your fifth witness ready to come in? Mr. Christensen, Mr. Steele, Ms.
I think, ideally for us, I know that I was talking with Ms. Fuchs,
You all may be seated while we
Maybe,
discuss this.
I think we can get a lot of proof on tomorrow. Maybe 8 witnesses or so, maybe possibly up to Sergeant Wimbush. I think if we could start at 10 o'clock, that would be ideal for us.
That's late.
Whatever the court wants to find, we'll start.
I'm thinking we start at 9. We have a lot to go. We have 4 witnesses down, at least
9 o'clock fine.
27. No one else has any other courtroom business anywhere, do they? We could be here at 9. Can we have the jurors here at 9? Wait. What's on the docket? 0 on the docket. We start at 9. Adjourn, please.
All right. Court's not addressed at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning for trial.